Hello everyone, welcome to Ilian and the Magic Box. Today on our show, you're going to have Pearl. Pearl is from London in the UK. So let's see what Pearl has to say. Enjoy the interview. So hello Pearl, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this evening for the interview. Thank you.
Of course, anytime.
So tell me, how was your day today?
I was doing my daytime job, so fine.
Uh, so tell me, what was the highlight of your weekend just gone now?
Do you know what? I was actually performing on the main stage of Cheltenham Pride this weekend. So it was a
Oh,
really, really nice experience. My first time in Cheltenham, and the organisers of the event were amazing. It was a really good show. I really enjoyed doing it.
and where are you from, Pearl?
Originally, I'm from Cornwall, right down south of the UK, but now I live in East London.
What was the biggest joy of growing up in Cornwall?
Do you know what? It's funny because when I was growing up in Cornwall, I didn't enjoy Cornwall.
Mm-hmm.
I was always wanted to move to the city to be in the big lights, and now that I'm a few years into living in London, almost 2 decades, I now miss Cornwall, and I try and go back every time every moment I can, and I miss the things like the open air, the countryside. Obviously, my family all still live down there, so I miss them. I miss being with the animals, and it's just stuff that I took for granted while I was there, I think.
And all your family are still back in there, your family.
Yeah. I'm the only one out of my immediate family to have moved out of Cornwall. I'm actually going back on Monday for my birthday. It's my birthday in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. So I'm going
Oh,
back to spend some time with them.
which day is your birthday?
27th of May.
And do you like celebrating birthdays?
Do you know what? I really love celebrating my birthday, and I usually extend it to the full month. But this year, I've been so busy that I haven't been able to plan anything. Even going home was a last minute booking. I've just been crazy busy the last couple of weeks.
Um, Well, let's start the interview talking about your career as a singer, as a musician. So tell me how everything started.
So my mum used to say that I was singing and dancing before anything else. She said that when she used to watch Neighbours, I would wake up from a nap and start singing and dancing along as a baby to the theme tune. And she said that she knew from that moment on I was going to be a performer. And then I did the usual process that every little gay boy does when he wants to be a performer. I went to performing arts school, and then I worked as a musical theatre boy for a few years. But
Um,
country music has always been something that I've loved. And I remember when I was little, me and my mum were going to the local Asda, and there was a bunch of yummy mummies in the car park dancing to line dancing. There was just a random line dancing class in the local
yeah.
Asda car park. And I knew from that moment on, I loved country music. It looked so fun. So, yeah, after retiring from musical theatre, I decided to start my own career in music and write my own country music.
Oh, wow. It's interesting when I saw your profile, you say about country music. I'm originally from Brazil and I grew up in the
Mm.
90s, and I remember country music. Like, where I'm from is like Texas, a lot
Uh-huh.
of cowboys, a lot of people, you know what I mean? So I love it to see, English people, singers, artists exploring the gender is amazing because it's such it brings me my, nostalgia when I listen to songs, as you said about line dancing. I remember back in school, you know what I mean, with cowboy hats and everyone
Yeah.
dancing. It's amazing. I have so great memories with my friends during that time. So it's amazing to see other cultures somehow exploring that. It's a hit. It's big, very big in the U.S., South America, and Brazil. You know what I mean? It's a lot.
Mm.
It's amazing to see that. It's great. I'm very
Yeah, it's really nice that it's becoming more of a popular genre in the UK as well. Especially, I mean, I think Beyonce did a lot for it. People had never listened to country music before. All of a sudden, she sort of like opened a gateway for people that weren't country fans to sort of explore country music. And now
totally.
they've seen other people like then maybe now they're listening to Randy Travis, or they're listening to Luke Bryan or Ella Langley, all these other country artists that are slightly different country to Beyonce, but she's definitely opened up that
I,
genre to people that weren't country fans before.
Totally. I think somehow because it's so big and so popular, it's kind of introduced a little bit. For example, I remember listening to Shania Twain at the time. It was like, my God, that was huge, you know. And suddenly Beyonce, with her power, she just somehow spread more and more. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Right, Pearl. So before we start our journey within the Magic Box, I always ask my guests to bring on the show an object or maybe a picture, anything that means a lot to them. Is there anything you could share?
Yeah. I have brought. So when I first brought out my first single, it was called Just Like Me, and I brought it out pretty much a year ago today. And my friend made me this little plaque that has the cover art on it, and it sort of looks like a little playlist record. And I thought it was really cute, and I really liked that my friends were like super supportive of my first ever songs. This is really special for me, and it sits opposite my bed, so I can look at it all the time.
Oh my God, that's sweet. It's got goosebumps showing that because friends, when they know us, they know how to touch our hearts. And I think that's, it's such a great way of expressing their love to you. It's beautiful. Oh,
Yeah.
sweet. Fair, we're ready to go on a beautiful journey through memories in life and share your point of views.
I can't wait. Let's go. Let's do it.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Wonderful questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song just for us to relax before the first question, okay? Let's do it. Yes, you can always dance with me. So before I start the interview, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to answer or you don't want to talk about, always can change, okay?
Sure.
Amazing. First question is, do you know anyone who is living their life to the fullest?
Do you know what? I have so many friends that I'm constantly in awe of because they always seem like they're having the most amazing time. They're always busy. I'm quite jealous because I'm when I'm not performing, I get a bit introverted and I need my own space. And these people are constantly going, they're crazy. So yeah, a lot of my friends I feel like are living their life to the fullest.
Tell me a friend that, of course, besides your boyfriend, tell me a friend that when you are feeling the lowest for some reason, you're feeling a bit melancholic, this friend comes to your mind for you to share the news or to open up a little bit. At the same time, the same friend, when I'm feeling the greatest, you feel like, oh my God, I feel so happy right now. I need to share this moment. So which person comes to your mind?
Do you know, I have so many. Okay, there's I've got like a group and then I've got one person specifically. So that like my group of friends, and I've got so many talented friends because being in like the performing industry, that I've used them as like dancers, models, photographers, videographers, and I've affectionately called them my Pearl Girls. So they as a collective group spring to mind because they're all so supportive and absolutely lovely people. And then the other one is my mum, because she is my biggest supporter. She will shout my name from every rooftop. The neighbours probably hate me by now because they hear my songs 24 hours a day, every single day. So yeah, definitely my mum.
Okay, so your mom is watching this interview right now. When you have a moment, an opportunity to send her a message, what would you say? She's watching.
Mum, thank you for being crazy supportive of me, and don't ever stop because I need it. Thank you, and I love you.
Sweet. What has been the most meaningful lesson you've learned from her so far?
Mum always speaks her mind, sometimes for better or worse. But I think it gives me more courage to when I really believe something to actually talk about it and not keep it in. She's very hot-headed in the sense of when she's passionate about something, she is quite comfortable to vocalize it, and I think that's something that I struggle with and something that she's taught me to do better.
And you have siblings as well?
Yeah, I have two sisters. They're both younger than me. One of them has two kids as well, so I've got two little nieces. Yes, they're all lovely.
And for you, growing up as an artist, as a singer, did you have the support of your family at the time, your parents?
Yeah, that we did. So I actually, everyone always knew that I wanted to be a performer. And I think when I was going into college, straight out of school, they were worried like what that sort of career would entail, and encouraged me to do non-performing courses as well as performing courses. So I did
Mhm.
them for a few days, decided I hated them, and then just quit and did the performers course full time. And I was really worried how like my family were going to react about that, but they were fully supportive, really on board, and I couldn't be more appreciative of that.
Sweet, very sweet. Next question, let's do it. Okay, Pearl from London. Next question is, describe yourself in 3 words.
Oh, okay. Authentic, passionate, and creative.
In one negative one, just one negative.
Anxious. I'm an anxious mess most of the time.
And what's the biggest joy of being Pearl? What do you like the most about being you?
I think for me, it's getting to work with so many amazing people and also getting to see amazing people in the audience. I love connecting with people in the audience. I think through my music, my main goal is to create a community where people feel seen and feel heard. So I love that sort of meet and greet aspect of live performing.
Wow. And tell me a little bit about your schedule. For example, do you, as you mentioned, that you performed at the Gay Pride last weekend, do you have like places that you have performed quite often or not? How does work your schedule?
So when I first started doing my own music, I was performing everywhere. Like if there was a mic, I would sing in front of it. And there's been a couple sort of open mic type places that I will always go to, even if I'm getting paid work every single week. One of them's called Reverse Voices. It's run by an amazing woman called Amy. And it's such a warm and welcoming environment. And they do it at the Union Theatre Bar in London. And the other one is the Queer Open Mic, which is run by a man called Josh, and that's held at the Cock Tavern. And I perform at both those venues all the time. No matter how busy I am, I'll perform there. But yeah, my schedule is crazy busy at the moment. Like I said, I was performing in Cheltenham Pride last weekend. I'm performing at the Black Cap in Camden on Friday. I'm at Chichester Pride on Saturday. I'm at Oxford Pride in 2 weekends' time. And then there's a few more prides I can't talk about yet because they haven't been announced, but they're coming up over the next couple of months. And I also have my full-time job to help keep this dream of mine alive. So yeah, I'm very, very busy, but I feel very blessed at the moment to have what I've got.
Wow, amazing! I think being busy, performing your talent, your gift. I think it's great. Even though I can see you're on the go, and I'm sure you don't you feel never tired. I'm sure you can go always. Sometimes
I've been tired since 1988, but I will keep going.
Great, I love that. Next question, let's do it. Right, so tell me, let's do a little game before the next question. Let's pretend that your phone is gonna ring and you have 3 people calling you and you're gonna choose who they are. So one of this artist is calling you to open their concert. They're gonna go in a world tour and this person is calling, okay, you know what, Pearl, I want you to open my world tour concert. The second call would be from someone asking you to record an album with them, to record a full album. And the third call would be someone asking for you to write a song for this person, to be the main song, of their album. So tell me those 3 names.
Okay, I mean, if I could, I would pick the same name for all 3 of them because I am a massive Shania Twain fan. I think out of every country singer, she's my favorite and she's always been my favorite. She's so good and I love that she is now bringing out a new album. I cannot wait to hear it.
Before you carry on,
I'm
gonna tell you something. I've been in a lift, like in the hotel, just me, Shania Twain, and her boyfriend at the time. And I'll tell you what happened. I was working in a 5-star hotel, and literally I was passing by. I was doing room service, and I could see 2 people going to the lift, and I didn't know who they were. I knew they were guests staying in the hotel, and I kind of made my way running because I didn't want to miss this one. And suddenly they hold the door for me, and I went in the lift. And suddenly when the door closed, I was, looking. I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I'm here with Shania Twain, like literally in front of me." And she said, good morning. I said, hello, good morning, like naturally. And when she left the lift, I was like, oh my God, when on earth? Anyway, back to you.
Oh my God, I'm so jealous. I'm glad that she was lovely as well, because you know when you meet your idols and they end up not being that nice, it's so disappointing.
And it was morning, actually. It was quite morning. She was going for breakfast. So imagine, not everyone is this, you know what I mean? In the morning, they're in a good mood. But she was very friendly. She said good morning. And she went for her breakfast. I was like, oh my God, it's Shania Twain. I didn't know she was in the hotel. Anyway, back to you. Shania Twain
Um,
for
okay,
which?
so let's say Shania for the first one.
Okay.
For the second one was to record an album with, right?
Yeah.
I think that would be Dolly Parton. Again, another like iconic country singer. Um, Super sad that she's having a hiatus at the moment, sending lots of love to her. And my third one to write a song for, I think I would like to write for someone like Tucker Wetmore or Emily Ann, like some
Just
up and
one. Just one.
coming. Huh?
Just one person. Back to you.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say Tucker Wetmore then, because he's probably more vocally similar to me in terms of like range. And I feel like I could write something for him that would be fun. He's not a queer country singer. So I would have to write something a bit different to what I write for myself. But he's definitely a super up and coming artist that I'm excited to watch.
Okay, now the question is going to be a bit tougher now. Tougher slash easier because you already showed a lot about those singers. Okay, for those three calls, yeah, you wake up in the morning, those three calls were there. You just can call back one person straight away, one of them. The other one, you're going to send a message, I'll call you back later. And the third one, you don't call back, you just ignore them for now. I know it's a mean question, but I want to see your answer.
It probably goes in the order that I did them in. Like Shania's getting that call back straight away. Dolly, I'll call back later. And Tucker, only because I think that performing music for me is my like number one thing. It's what I love most about the job: performing, singing, recording, and writing for someone else would probably be my. I mean, I would love to do it, don't get me wrong, but comparing it to singing, performing live, it's slightly lower on my love list.
I like your excuse. I like
Yeah.
that. Right, next question is, what does money mean to you?
I mean, if anyone says that money means nothing to them, they're lying. Because in this economy, money means a lot. I don't do this career for money. I don't make that much money from it. You do it for love. But at the end of the day, you can't do it without money as well. It's an expensive career to have. So at the moment, for me, it's like purely functional. If I'm to make it big one day and start making money from this career, then amazing, would love that. But at the moment, I don't do it for the money. If I did, I wouldn't be doing it.
No, I get your point. I think people, they shouldn't be shy to say, money is great. It's not bad.
Yeah.
However, there's a balance. There's a way how to deal with money, but it's okay. Money, I think we all need. It brings us opportunity, opens some doors. I understand. It's not wrong with that. I think we work for money. We want to achieve things and be successful. However, we need to understand as well what money is mean to you and how to deal with it.
Yeah, exactly. And I always think to myself, if I had the money that Shania Twain has, for instance, what sort of production value could I then be bringing to the stage? Like that's what excites me as well. Like what the money I could put back into the career, then what I could be producing then, what sort of stage shows, what sort of music, who could I be working with? That for me is the exciting part of it.
And do you believe that money can bring happiness?
I believe money can provide you with a life that could make it better.
Okay.
But I think if you're an unhappy person, money won't change that.
Get it. I see. All right.
But if I could afford to go on holiday 24 hours a day, every single day for the next 10 years, I'm pretty sure I'd be pretty happy.
And if you won the lottery, what would be your first big splurge?
I love traveling, so I think like I don't drive. I have no interest in like cars or property or anything like that. So, but I love traveling. I used to work on cruise ships when I was doing musical theatre, and my favorite. Ah, did you? Yeah, it's a really interesting,
Oh
unique way
my
of
God.
living, isn't it?
I did one contract. I was for Disney Cruise Line, Disney Dream. I was doing it, and I wasn't in the industry, the performing industry. I was doing food and beverage, but oh, hand down, what the best experience of my life. Like literally, beautiful. You know what I mean? I work hard, as you know. However, it's the best experience of my life for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So I think I would book a massive world traveling trip. I'd probably do a world tour because then I could perform and travel.
Amazing. 3 questions left. Let's do it. Hey, next question for you is, tough question now. If someone gave you an envelope with your death date inside of it, would you open it or not, and why?
In this hypothetical world, could I change the date?
Just
So
the date
no,
is
I would just
there.
then no, I don't think I'd want to know.
Wow.
But I think no, even though I know that at some point I'm going to die, right? I'm not delusional, but I think having that date in your hand, even though you don't know it, I think it would like boost you to like live life more to the full, more fuller, more
Yeah.
full, more full. Even though in reality you should be doing that every single day. I think that would be like a little boost. I don't want that, but that would be the silver lining of it, I guess.
To be honest with you, I wouldn't be able to open either. However, I wouldn't. I'll tell. Take this envelope away because I
Mm.
might change my mind. You know what I mean? Knowing that's there, and somehow, but it's a
It's like
trick. But
Pandora's box, right? It's like
yeah,
Pandora's box.
because imagine if I knew baby would be not very soon, but sometime I could. You know what I mean? I'll do the most I could. I would organize things.
Mhm.
However, I would be so. It would change my way of. You know what I mean? Maybe not.
Yeah.
I don't know. It changed something about me, and I think couldn't be myself anymore. But I'll say take away quick you can because I don't want it close to me because I might be tempted just to check a little bit just to see.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And what's the meaning of life for you when you think about life?
Oh gosh, do you know what? I actually ask myself this more times than I would like to admit. Um, and I think, and I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. And I don't know that anyone knows, really. I think you just do your best. You try and be a good person. You do your best to live a happy life and to make sure the people around you and the people that you love are living a happy life as well. Um, if I ever figure out what the meaning of life actually is, I will be a very lucky man.
Wow. And tell me a life lesson that life has taught you so far that you feel like, oh my God, I'm grateful about this lesson that somehow life, showed you the lesson.
I think and it's something that I've like struggled with for years, and only really in the last probably 5 to 10 years have come to grips with is to not be afraid to just be yourself, not be afraid to explore things about yourself that
Mm.
you're worried that other people might put you down for. And I think growing up I was bullied quite a lot in school for being I was tiny, I was super shy, I was gay. I had bleached blonde curtains, braces, spots, and glasses. So I wasn't doing myself any favors. um, but
Awesome.
so it took me a long time to um, get over all that trauma from high school, and now I feel like I'm in a really good position where I'm quite comfortable in myself to explore new things, to show different sides of myself, to be authentic. And I think that also helps when I'm on stage as well. I feel very comfortable just being me, and that's a lesson I'm really grateful that I've now learned.
And when was the turn point? When did you somehow you took away from your shoulders this pressure about thinking what others think about you? You know, this turn point. Do you remember the
Mm.
point, or did something happen, or just
No,
naturally you just somehow?
yeah, it's sort of built up, I think. I think over time, I just gradually stopped caring as much about what people thought and started to think more about what I thought about myself. There wasn't really like a strong moment. It was definitely a gradual phase thing that I had to teach myself and work on every day.
And if you could erase, you have the superpower to erase the past when you were bullied, would you do it or would you keep it, knowing the person you are today?
If I could go back as the person I am today, I think that would be really interesting to see what sort of life I would have had in school with the personality I have now, with the strength I have now in myself. But I wouldn't erase it completely because what happened to myself back then has made me who I am today. And I don't think I would have the same morals. I don't think I'd have the same inner strength without all of that bad stuff that happened.
And if you could sit down with your 13-year-old self and to give an advice, to say something, what would you say?
I think I would say I've actually half written a song about this called Letters to My Younger Self.
Nice.
And I talk about not forgetting the most important things about yourself and not forgetting that no matter how dark it gets, there's always something in your life that brings you light. At the time, it was my family. I had the most amazing supportive family, and I had a dream, and they're the things that got me through. So it would be to constantly remind yourself about that.
Beautiful, beautiful. 2 questions left. Let's do it. Right, before the next question, there's a single. I think I'm not sure this is the new one. It's called "He's the Devil." Yeah. So tell me about it and tell me why the title.
Okay, so a lot of my songs have like super meaningful, like poignant meanings, and they're really emotional. This one I wrote because I have a little obsession with The Witcher, the Geralt from the TV show, games, comics, books, The Witcher, and it sort of like brought out my sort of lust for bad boys. So I sort of wrote a song about that and changed certain things to make it more country. Like instead of his horse Roach, it was a motorcycle and things like that to make it more of a country song. But yeah, it's basically, I wrote it about Geralt from The Witcher.
But can you sing a little bit, a phrase or something of the song or not? You're not prepared for that.
Yeah, I can do that. I can just do the end, the chorus bit.
Great.
He's the devil, but I like the way he makes me feel. Yeah, he's a rebel, revving motor, I'm made of steel. Yeah, this man's a thrill, and I wanna ride it. He's the devil. There you
go. Wow. I was when I saw the name, I was like, maybe someone is a devil that he's writing about it. That's what the first thought.
No, I have written about people, but that song's just about a fictional character. I did record a music video for it that has one of my good friends, Stefano, as the devil. But I think I got too into being the character, and I think at some point in the music video it swapped, and I became the devil. It's like a weird role reversal in the music video, but I really like the music video, and he was really great in it.
Next question is, which question you'd like to be asked?
I think I talk a lot about in interviews and things like that. I talk a lot about my music career. And I think I always get excited when people ask something that only like my close friends and family would know. Like someone asked me, like, what is something that like your fans or people online wouldn't know about you? And it's that I'm a massive nerd. So like, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I love gaming. I could spend hours gaming. I've just finished a Dungeons and Dragons campaign with a bunch of my friends. So I'm a massive nerd, and not a lot of people that don't know me personally wouldn't know that.
I wouldn't guess that, actually. I wouldn't get your personality. You're very, you have this energy. I would never tell. Okay, I would like to ask a question based on that. Not based on that, but it just came to my mind now. What would be the title of your memoir one day?
I think I would call it, I'd name it based on my first ever single, which is Just Like Me.
Okay. Last question, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it, last question. Okay, but before the last question, I'm sure you have so many moments in your career that somehow you hold close to your heart or you're special for different reasons. But tell me a moment so far that you go like, you know what? I lived to be in this moment or to have this connection or to be in that moment, if you could share.
I think the first one that I remember that I thought was quite like a poignant moment for me was the first time I played my own songs in my hometown. So I played this little working men's club. There was about 100 burly farmers and their wives, and I got up on stage and I sang about the morning after the night before with man. And everyone really liked it, so yeah, it was a really nice moment for me to go back to my hometown and sing my own songs.
Last question is, tell us about your first job.
Gosh, what was it? Oh, do you know what? Going back to Asda, I actually worked in Asda as a checkout girl. And
Oh,
my manager hated me because I kept telling her that I was going to be on stage and I was going to be a performer. And I think one day I pretended I lost my work shoes because I wanted to wear tap shoes, and I wore my tap shoes to the checkout. So everywhere around Asda, all you could hear was like these metal tap shoes tap 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 tapping around.
when I go to Asda, I'm gonna remember you now. It's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. I'm going to say some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Okay, quick
Right.
thinking. Let's start with family,
Love.
money,
Necessary.
fear,
Painful.
life,
Fun.
love,
Fun.
religion.
Unnecessary.
I was expecting fun.
No, I know. I would preface that with it can be fun. It's unnecessary for me.
I get it. Sex,
Fun.
politics,
Confusing.
friendship,
Necessary.
desire,
Um. Passionate.
regret,
Unfortunate.
success,
I wanted to say necessary again because it's going to happen.
absolutely. Wish,
Dreaming.
happiness.
Every day.
One word for London.
I don't think I can say that on camera. I'm going to say opportunity.
Okay. One word for Cornwall.
Home.
One word for England.
I will still say home for England, even though maybe I want to say something else that also I can't say on camera.
Maybe it would be another day you'll say something else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like I love England, but we're going through some stuff at the moment and a lot of work needs to be done.
One word for country music.
Goat.
Oh, and the last one now. He's the devil. The name of your song. One word.
Iconic.
Amazing. Let's pretend I'm going to meet your boyfriend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask him, tell me something beautiful about Pearl. Something that, in your opinion, it's something unique or beautiful about him. And at the same time as well, tell him something that he needs to improve on. He needs to work on. What he would say.
Joe, I think he'll say that once I've got something in my mind, there's no stopping me. Like I will do everything in my power 24 hours a day to make it happen. And I think he likes that about me. And I think the thing he would moan about is if there's anything to do around the flat, my brain sort of shuts down. Like it's like I stopped working, and I don't want to do it. And thankfully, he does it for me, and I love him for that.
That's the same question to your lovely mom. Would be the same answer.
I think for the first one, yeah, I think she would say the same thing. And if I'm honest, I don't think I've ever heard my mum say anything bad about me, so I don't think she would say anything. I think she would get angry that you even asked the question.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mrs. You know, I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to think him, get him out something out of him. Okay, let's play now, pal, and the magic box. And you can ask me a question. Actually, before back to the word association game, one word for Shania Twain.
Legend.
3 favorite songs of her. Top 3.
Whose Bed Have Your Boots Been Under? Any Man of Mine, and Still the One.
Wow. Oh, it's Still the One. My God.
So good.
So
good. Okay.
Before asking the question, pal, what music has taught you so far?
Music has taught me that it can be a really good way of therapy. I think whether you're writing music or listening to music, music can touch you in a way that nothing else can and make you feel things that you completely forgotten. I think you could hear a melody that you've never heard before, but it can bring back memories you don't even remember. And I think that's a really powerful thing that music can do.
Beautiful. I love music. That's the power of music. It can take you to different places, different time of your life. You know, it's the beauty of it. Love it. Okay, you can ask me a question now.
I think I want to know, if you were a cowboy, what kind of cowboy would you be? Would you be like a rancher? Would you be the kind of cowboy that like sits on the bar stool starting fights? Would you be a country singer? Are you like going to go mudding and fishing? What sort of cowboy would you be? Or would you be like a rhinestoned cowboy diva?
I like that. You know what? You gave some options, you know, and actually, you know, I'll be that cowboy. Actually, it's where I'm from, my childhood. You know, that's cowboy from the countryside, the one that's, you know, there's not a lot of connection with technology, even though at the time, you know, it's this simple cowboy that was literally a ranger, defined as a ranger boy, a cowboy, like, you know, just a simple cowboy with the hat, you know, this go to the weekend going for this local club where they dance. I remember dancing with my friends, my female friend. There was this country music, and we had a pair, and we were literally going around. That was us, and we had literally had the cowboy hat, and we had the shirt, like the shirts with the big belt, the boots, literally a cowboy, and that's actually my nostalgia memories, pal. I was literally grew up with those songs. I grew up with this environment. You know what I mean? Even I have friends they still have the cowboy hat. They still go to those parties. I'm going to Brazil in 2 months' time, and if I go to those parties, I'm going to take some pictures and I'll show you.
You see.
Vibe. You see the vibe is still there. It's our root. It's my roots. Literally, when I said to you at the beginning, when I see those other nationalities exploring those songs, it brings my heart, because it's amazing to see. Because it's I'll back to your question. I'll be one of those that's, you know, embracing the roots of being a cowboy. I don't find myself a cowboy because I was doing that when I was, you know, dancing or with friends, you know, but it's a grow up, and I have friends literally still doing the same, like close friends. They still going to the farms, to see animals and everything. They still have the hat. They still do the stuff, and there are some of them veterinarian. You know, they still connect with animals. So yeah, I'll be one of those, like the simple one, the very traditional one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think there's something so beautiful about just being out in the countryside and just experiencing that sort of fresh air, the sound of the countryside, just letting like the breeze flow over you. Where I'm from in Cornwall, we also have the coast, so I get a really beautiful mix of countryside and farmland and the beaches and the coast. It's just amazing.
And you're saying that, I go straight away to this smell of the wet sand. You know what I mean? It's rain, summer rain, and suddenly it's just magical. I'm so glad I had the opportunity to be in this environment growing up. You know, because it just it's nostalgia when I think about that. Yeah, the right word to define everything. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the interview?
Yes, I loved it. Thank you.
Thanks again. Thanks for being so kind and so sweet and accepting my invitation. I love your energy. I love the way you express yourself through music. It's amazing. I love to have passionate people here on the show. And carry on with a career. I would see you one day. I would like to come to see you one day.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be amazing.
For sure. I would like to see you perform some country music. Love it. Before we go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
So I am going to just say 3 words, and it was the inspiration for one of my songs. And I think it's really important. It sort of encompasses everything that I stand for, and that's "Your means all," because I want everyone that I know, everyone that I'm going to know, and everyone that I meet to feel welcomed and inclusive. So yeah, "Your means all."
Amazing.
Well, thank
Thanks
you.
again. You got your family, to your friends, to your boyfriend, and keep in touch. It was a pleasure having you on the show, okay? Have a good
I
night.
will. Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.